Hey, and welcome to map 23 of Doom 64. This is Unholy Temple. We want to get past this Arachnotron here. There's a super shotgun around this moat on the other side, and it'll make fighting the Arachnotron a lot easier with the super shotgun. We're just going to dive in here. The super shotgun is right there. It's better to fight the Arachnotron with the super shotgun. It just saves ammo and also it does a bit more damage. We really don't want to be wasting too much ammo on this level. Note there's a door. We can't actually go inside here. We need all 3 keys on this level to activate that door. It's very unique and it's one of the gimmicks that this level has going for it. See, we can't go in there. We have to go around to the other side. There's a teleporter on the far side of this moat, which we'll have to run into if we want to get out of here. You'll notice the sky is burning with a green flame. Very atmospheric, this one. Once we approach the teleporter, you can see we're going to be accosted by a bunch of spectres. Got to be careful as we make our way around here. We're going to get rockets fired at us from the wall behind us there every time we walk past. It's definitely worth remembering that because we can lose a lot of health. Just going to check where the Barons of Hell are. They're right there. If we shoot that switch there, we can grab the Unmaker here. Because we're doing pistol starts, we haven't got the runes from the previous levels, so we have to make do with the basic version of this weapon. Final Baron is here. When we kill this Baron, a switch is going to rise out of the floor in front of us. Here, we need to hit that in order to move to the next part of the level. You can see there as well above us, there's actually a sector over the rest of the sectors down below here. You don't really see that very often in the retail Doom games. It's very interesting that this level makes use of that. We can now head inside this very temple-like area. There's 2 Barons at the top of these lifts. There's a rocket launcher there. We can't go through there just yet. You need a yellow key to do that. This is a nasty little trap if you're not aware that it's coming. You can grab the Mega Armor, but as soon as you step outside here, there's a bunch of pinkies who will appear. I am trying to save the cell ammo for a bit later in the level. That green sky really does add like an intimidating sort of glow to this level. As mentioned, if you do have the upgraded Unmaker, because you've been to all the secret levels, this is going to be a lot easier for you to deal with. There's the blue keycard there. Again, here's another door that we will need all 3 keys to access. This level has a very unique sort of premise, and I think it's a very love it or hate it way of executing the puzzle. We'll talk about it as we kind of get there. With the Arachnotrons dealt with, we can grab all the ammo and health in there. The blue keycard will allow us to go into the blue door, which is not there, that's the red door. Blue door is around here somewhere. So there's a lost soul around the corner there. What you need to be really careful of is grabbing the red keycard makes the roof come down here. The red door's got a lot of enemies inside of it, and it's important to get rid of these shotgunners and zombie men as quickly as you can. As we try to approach the yellow keycard there, you can see that it actually ends up moving and a Baron will spawn. Do not try running towards the yellow keycard before getting rid of the Baron, otherwise you'll have to deal with 3 Barons in this space, and that is not recommended at all, let me tell you. Get rid of you. The final Baron appears here. You do actually need to defeat these 3 Barons to raise the steps to get up top there. Once you're up top, you can just run around and grab the yellow keycard there. There are some ammo boxes and some rockets around the far side here, so it is worth coming over here. We need to hit that switch there. You'll have noticed by now that there are various doors that require all 3 keycards, and that is kind of the central gimmick of this level. This is the only level in Doom 64, at least the base version of Doom 64, where you need all 3 keycards to open up various doors. But the thing is, you've got to activate the switches for those keycards in the right order, and the thing is, the game doesn't really tell you that. You get little clues. So when you go up to the doors that will open, it shows the keys in a certain order, and if you remember them, great, but otherwise it can get very confusing, this part of the level. So you can see in the middle here, there's actually a bunch of coloured switches. First things first, we'll grab the supercharge from up top here. So you have to go and get the order correct from the various doors. When you don't get it right, this happens. You get put into this weird little room with the Hell Knights here. And the only way that you can get another chance at doing this, you have to step out of the room and then back in. So we'll do red, blue, yellow. When you get it right, nothing happens. And that's how you know you've got it right. You have to do 3 different patterns. Yellow, red, and blue. And then blue, yellow, red. By doing all of that, we've now opened up all of the various doors that were kind of locked. You can see the keycard pattern. The problem I have with this level is that it's kind of cryptic. That it's not something that the game's taught you up to this point, and we've only got a handful of levels left. So introducing such a concept at this stage for me is a bit weird. I'm not gonna lie. It seems very weak. You can see that what we're doing with these switches, we are opening up the exit. There is one more that we have to hit, and I'm just trying to remember where it is. It's down here. I do like the concept of needing all the keys to open certain doors, because it does mean that you have to tackle these levels in a constructive way, but I think that I'm not a fan of this in the sense that you can't actually approach all the keys in different sort of ways. It's kind of linear the way you have to approach it anyway, so it's a bit like, well, what's the point in having that as a thing? But we'll talk about that at the end of the level. You can see that this room has now transformed into this. So we're going to do a bit of platforming here once we've got rid of the Hell Knight here. You now need to run around here. There is a switch on this back one, make sure to hit it. It also wakes up a bunch of Caco demons that we'll have to deal with. I think there's some more in here. Oh, there is. There's one behind me and he's trying to push me off this pillar, which I'm not a fan of. One of Doom 64's greatest strengths is the fact that the changes to the way that the engine works means that these rooms can transform and they can become multiple purpose rooms. So what seemed like a very boring room when we first came in here has transformed into this actual death trap. And I kind of wish that was something that was in the original Doom games, because I think that there's a lot of levels that would benefit from this kind of sort of thing. You can fall down here, so you don't need to worry so much about dying in a bottomless pit here. We actually need to run into the middle there. There we go. This brings us back out to the moat, and we are basically done with this level. Like I said, I think this is a very tightly designed level. I really do like it. But the core puzzle, I think, it's a bit late in the game to be introducing something like that when there were plenty of other opportunities to do so earlier in the game. It would have been cool if this had been done in an earlier level, just to train the player for this kind of thing. But as it happens, it's quite opaque, and because this level's a bit difficult to navigate, sometimes players, I feel, might miss important things in this level. Again, not saying it's a bad level, but I do feel that this is one of those times where if you're going to introduce something new, you really should have done it a lot earlier, and you probably should have done it in a way where the player was able to come into this level, which is more complicated, knowing what they're actually looking for, because it can be very cryptic. But Unholy Temple, it's a fine level, but we're getting close to the end of this playthrough of Doom 64. Let me know what you thought of Unholy Temple. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.